Hey guys, welcome back to Based MMA. Please make sure to like and subscribe, guys. It's been helping out my channel a lot. But in this video, guys, I'm going to be talking about why the UFC has not announced Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards, guys. And this is a fight that has been rumored ever since March, right? Ever since Leon Edwards defended his title against Kamaru Usman in the trilogy and was able to get that decision win, the UFC had been promoting Colby Covington as the next in line for the title shot for the welterweight division, guys. But we still to this day, I mean, how long has it been since March? About 5-6 months. It's been quite a while, and we still haven't had an official announcement of when the Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards fight is going to take place, guys. But please take a look at this clip.
Let's be honest. Let's talk about the facts, Michael. Is John Jones going to be willing to share a card with his former college roommate who knows all his dirty secrets, all the skeletons are in his closet? I beg that he's going over to the UFC right now and he's telling him, yo, I'm not sharing a card with Colby. I will refuse to fight here. So the only way I see that fight happening is we know John's unpredictable. We know he might go sniff some white girls, kind of like Joe Biden. So, he's not to be relied on. He might get pulled off the card and we might have to come save the day and be the main event. So, the real question that we need to be asking him is, was John Jones on the client list of Epstein Island? Honestly, he graduated with a degree in piece of shit, and he was on the honor roll for being a piece of shit. So
You're on fire today, man. You're on fire. What was that like, though? Because I know you guys used to be buddies. Where did it all go sour?
It all went sour when, he started doing steroids to bulk up. So his mood swings and all the stuff he was putting in his body was affecting his emotions. And he just he had mood swings and he would literally just be bipolar. One day he would be completely fine and we were best friends. The next day he would just be like, oh, Colby, your shoes are messed up wrong. Why did you not put them perfectly in the corner? I'm like, bro, it's just my shoes. What's the big deal, man? And I'm like, we've been tighter than that and closer than that for long enough. The shoes and so just his mood swings, Mike. He went through a mood swing, and then not even that, Mike. Look at the big piece of shit that he is. I mean, his last felony, he's beating up his wife, left his wife a bloody mess in that hotel and went to jail. This guy's a dirtbag, hitting a Bentley with 2 hookers in the back, hitting a pregnant lady at a stop sign, and then fleeing the scene with drugs. It's just countless thing after thing, failing steroid tests. The truth is the truth, Michael, and I don't have any skeletons in my closet. That guy's a dirtbag.
Now, just based on the clip, we know that Colby Covington and John Jones used to be college roommates, and it makes a lot of sense that John Jones just doesn't want to share the car with Colby Covington because the guy used to be roommates. There's a lot of tension between the two guys. We know John Jones has a very controversial past, and the guy clearly is trying to have a different persona these days. I mean, John Jones is trying to seem like, a changed individual. And if you put Colby Covington and John Jones in the same press conference, let's be honest, Colby Covington is going to be calling out John Jones, which is incredibly entertaining for the fans, right? I would be eating that up. That would be incredible. But I could kind of see why John Jones wouldn't want to share the car with Colby Covington. But in my opinion, guys, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this. But I think John Jones needs to get over it because it's only going to hype up the card more if you put Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards in that John Jones versus Stipe. Let's be honest, there's not a lot of hype for that Stipe Miocic fight just because, Stipe hasn't fought in 2 years. Stipe is coming off a KO loss. So there's not a lot of anticipation behind that fight. And if you put Colby Covington, people are just going to be excited for the press conference. The card's going to be very stacked because having 2 title fights, the heavyweight title fight and then the welterweight title fight as a co-main event, that would be incredible. And I think that the pay-per-view sales will do a lot better them together. But obviously, due to the animosity between Colby Covington and John Jones, it just seems like right now the real reason why the UFC has not announced the Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards fight for November for MSG, as the rumors have been, kind of saying out there, is because John Jones doesn't want to share the card with Colby Covington. And to me, that's kind of I mean, you're just you're just validating what Colby Covington is saying. Clearly, Colby Covington is saying some truth, you know. Clearly, he's exposing John Jones. And we know John Jones, like, look, I know a lot of you guys are big John Jones fans for all the accomplishments he has made in the UFC. But the guy outside the UFC is a dirtbag. Is, you know, he's done terrible things, like hit his wife, gone to prison. You know, he's done terrible, terrible things. And, you know, obviously he can change, but let's be honest, like Colby Covington is definitely going to call that out. And my thing is that I just want to see Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards fight happen already, man. This fight should have happened already. And we're just waiting longer and longer. And if it doesn't happen in Madison Square Garden, like, what are they going to do with that fight? Are they going to put it in the Abu Dhabi card with, you know, Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev? Are you going to wait all the way until December? And, like, there's already so many fights rumored for December. Like, there's rumors of maybe Alex Pereira fighting Yuri Prohaska for the light heavyweight title in December. Perhaps Volkanovski comes back and fights Topuria in December. You know, rumors of Conor McGregor's return potentially being in December. And then you're going to put the Colby Covington fight also in December. So, like, something's going to have to happen. There's going to have to be at least 2 title fights in the Madison Square Garden. If not 3, there might have to be, like, a woman championship fight as well in the Madison Square Garden card. Or unless they just take Colby Covington and Leon Edwards for the Abu Dhabi card. But I guess the reason that I'm listing those dates is because I feel like the Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards fight has to happen this year, guys. I just feel like it has to happen this year. And if it doesn't happen this year, you're just holding up the division so much longer. Like, we have guys like Bilal Muhammad who, you know, kind of deserves a title shot. Like, we'll see what happens with Shavkat Ramanov if he ends up fighting as well. You know, so the division needs to keep moving forward. And if you hold the Colby Covington fight and Leon Edwards fight all the way until next year, like, that's way too long. Like, the fight needs to happen this year. So I think what they need to do is that pay John Jones more, tell him to, you know, get over it and put Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards in the Madison Square Garden card. I mean, that's just the most logical thing that they need to do, guys. But I mean, yeah, I'm glad that we finally got at least a reason why the UFC hasn't officially announced the Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards fight, but we should be getting news soon of that fight and more fight announcements for that card as well, and also for the Abu Dhabi card, because those cards, I mean, we've gotten a couple of fight announcements, but we haven't gotten the full list of cards and the full list of fights that are supposed to take place in those events. So I mean, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think that John Jones has a valid reason? Do you think that, you know, he should get over it? I guess for me, they just need to get over it. I think John Jones needs to get over it. I get it. They were college roommates. I'm not sure entirely what happened when they were roommates, of course, you know. Obviously, Colby Covington has his side of the story. John Jones has his own side of the story. But regardless, like, these guys need to fight. John Jones' fight has already been announced for November at Madison Square Garden. And obviously, we had heard rumors of Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards fight also taking place as a co-main event in that card. So I hope that's what ends up happening, guys. But we'll see, right? Because now with Colby Covington coming out in this interview and saying that, you know, he's heard from someone that, you know, John Jones doesn't want to share a card with him, like, that makes things more complicated for the UFC. And it makes, like, I'm curious to see what they're going to do for the December card. I hope we also get an announcement for the Conor McGregor card and if he's going to end up coming back this year. So there's still a lot of things, a lot of moving parts that need to happen. Like, what if, you know, John Jones pulls out or Stipe pulls out, you know what I'm saying? Or something happens in the Abu Dhabi card. I guess Colby and Leon could step in, but I just think the fight has to be officially announced. Like, this is a welterweight title fight. It's not supposed to be a backup fight for the other pay-per-views. So anyway, guys, please let me know down in the comments below what you think of this. And this is the real reason, I guess, why the Colby fight and hasn't been announced yet. But let me know down in the comments below if you agree with Colby, if you've heard of another reason why this fight hasn't taken place yet. But yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping we get an announcement soon, guys. But I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.